Hey y'all, this is Marley K. Hope everybody is well. This is my first time going live, so congratulations if you happen to watch this. I wanted to come and do a video because I'm just having all types of difficulties with my programs that I have used in the past. I've had a lot of personal things going on. I moved. I've had to, how do I say this? Set myself apart from some people unexpectedly, and that was a little challenging. But I'm going to talk about it, and I'm also going to talk about some of the current events that are going on. But what I want y'all to know is that things are getting real dicey. Um, I recently went through the storm here with Hurricane Helen. It was very interesting. It felt like I was in Florida, even though I'm in like Podunk, South Carolina. Didn't get any notification that the storm was going to be as bad as it was. We were without power for like 5 days. And excuse the noise, I'm sitting outside. I don't have really good internet connection inside of my house. And plus, it's just a nice day to sit out. So I'm outside, getting some fresh air. Anyway, um, the storm came through. We didn't have power for 5 days. I live in a small town, so we have one grocery store. The one grocery store didn't open for like 10 days. Um, we didn't have gas stations. We didn't have food. Our little $2 generals didn't open. Our one family, our dollar store didn't open. And so we just kind of were stuck. So we had to travel to other counties to get stuff. Fortunately, I had prepared enough stuff for my son and I, and we made it through the entire storm time. He was without power longer than I was, but he hey Mike, how you doing? Welcome. This is my first live, so bear with me. I'm trying to get myself together. But I've been having just a lot of issues with my computers. Hey, Kelvin, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? I'm good. I'm good. I have been moving. I was without power for about a week because of the hurricane. That was a whole thing, but it was a really good test run for what's coming. My son was without power for like 10 days, and we were struggling, not really struggling, we were hoboing it. That's what I'm gonna call it, hoboing it. But it was a good time for us to figure out like our preps, what we had, what we didn't have, and we actually did well. Most of the people around us were not prepared, and so I was happy for myself because I listened. um, I had to move. I was with my best friend, and we had this whole Golden Girls plan where we were going to live together and just like look out for each other. Well, of course, in the setting apart phase, thank you, Kevin. Yeah, we're all good. We didn't have any losses. We lost our food, but we had non-perishable food, so we were good. But other than that, a lot of people lost their homes. A lot of people lost their food. They didn't have anything to fall back on. People were not prepared. And so my son, was very excited about this particular time because he's like the only person that I have who is like me, preparedness minded. And so it was a really good experience. It gave him confidence, and it taught him the need to prepare for his family. And we just muddled along. But this has been a really strange time for me. I have been separating myself from people. And one thing this storm taught me was that people don't give a crap about you. Go through something. Now, I don't have to tell y'all this because we all grown and you know how people do. But with this particular storm, like I was surprised at the people who said, oh, I got you if anything happens. Like there were people who didn't call. Like I still don't have good cell phone service. I still don't have good Wi-Fi service. But the Most High has provided for me. I'm not lacking in anything. But I do want to tell y'all it's a lot of stuff going on. So pay attention to what's going on in your communities. Sister Pamela sent me a text message about an executive order that came out exactly the day of the storm that hit here, and is about the Department of Defense working with our local law enforcement all over the country to help for storms and other such crises. So basically, and I'll put it in the description at the end of the video, this executive order is basically the government going to be taking over the law enforcement. Hey, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I have had so much stuff, so much personal stuff going on, and there's so much stuff going on in the world. I'm just kind of overwhelmed. Things are happening so fast, and I know I don't have to tell y'all because you all are awakened. But I mean, we got war. You see, the BRICS summit is happening. A lot of the nations are dumping the dollar. Um, they're trading in their own currencies. You see the civil unrest. There's this. Blanket targeting of black people everywhere. I don't have to tell y'all about the Diddy stuff that's going on. That's not by accident. Um, but some of the other stuff, like the Haitian immigrants allowed to come here, now wherever they go, they're a problem. And then finding out the stuff is a lie. They're eating the cats and the dogs, but the cats and the dogs not really being eaten. Um, the crime, of course, wherever the black skin is, crime's going to be a problem, and who are complaining about the crime. So it's a lot of stuff happening, and we're getting really close to this election. So I find it interesting that this new DOD executive order came out September 27th, right when the storms were hitting in Asheville and around here, right when we didn't have power. And I've just been noticing a whole lot of activity with law enforcement. Law enforcement are working together. A lot of stuff is happening with these power lines. A lot of stuff is being installed. Got to pay attention to that. A lot of these broadband wires are being laid just all of a sudden. I don't know. It's to me it's extremely obvious, and to my son, but for a lot of people it's not. So just pay attention to what's going on in your community. But one of the things that I want to say is for me as a personal experience that I've gone through over the last couple of months, it's really important for you to synthesize your circle. The Most High is calling us to be set apart from people. And now is the time for me. Thankfully, before the storm hit, I had already made the decision to part ways with certain people. And I started moving my stuff out, moving my preps, putting them in different places. So when the storm hit, the people who hadn't helped prep and the people who looked at me like I was crazy were stuck out of state on vacation, having a great time. Didn't have gas, didn't have food. Hey, P. Wells, how are you? um, they didn't have anything, and they didn't listen to me. I was telling people for a long time, this is not the time to travel. uh, I, I don't know. Can one be a circle? I'm feeling like one is going to be my circle. I have not had success outside of my son, so just me and my son and his family. This, I guess, two. We're the preparedness minded people in my circle, but everybody else, like, nobody's preparing. Um, Everybody's looking for help from the government. It ain't the help that you're going to want when something happens. Um, One of the things that I noticed in the other county, now nobody came to our county. Our county is small, but we didn't have anything for days. We didn't have a store, we didn't have a gas station. People couldn't go to work, people just couldn't do anything. And they didn't even have money or gas to go anyplace else to look for stuff for a couple of days. Thankfully, I had gas in gas cans, so I could travel. But in the other county, they had set up FEMA camps. Like, they had trailers and all kinds of stuff at the high school and at places where they had put up these new power boxes. And so I don't know what that was about, but people in North Carolina actually needed the FEMA trailers, places to take showers, food and stuff. Our area wasn't that bad, but it was just like a misplacing of resources, and I couldn't understand why. Um, so just a lot of strange things just have happened over the last say month or so. And I've been paying attention to them. Y'all know I pay attention to everything. And this is just local stuff. And then there's the thing with the people. Yes, if you don't help prep, you don't eat. Love it. I'm getting to that point. I know the Most High has told us, to help our brothers and sisters, but we can't help everybody. And there are some people who you warned who didn't listen, and they're gonna come to you. And I'll tell you a personal experience that happened to me, and um, hopefully y'all don't judge. But when I moved, I took my preps first. I started moving them slowly. And when I moved out, my friend, she got upset with me. So I didn't have a chance to move all of my stuff out because the power went out and she had a garage. So couldn't open the garage. So I couldn't get into the house. But I had moved into my own place. And so I had food, I had everything I needed. I was like, go, gadget nigga. Excuse my expression. That's what I was like. I had all the gadgets. I had a solar fan. I had, charged lights. I had solar this, solar that. So I was good. Even though I didn't need all that, I had candles, I had water, I had food, I had propane. I had one friend that I had just met, and he is not a preparedness minded person, but he was just like really helpful. He had stuff that I didn't have, so like we hoboed the whole 5 days, and we just had a good time, just not doing anything except for getting to know each other, talking about preparedness and that type of thing. And my son. So it's just the three of us. But my friend, when I went to go get the rest of my stuff, she was upset that I had taken my preps and not left her anything. Now, for 2 years, I have been preparing with my own money, with my own brain, just like, okay, I need this, I need that, I need this, going to thrift stores, going to all these different places collecting stuff. And every time I said something to her, she just look at me and she drop her head and she play her video game. So when I left, hi Jaja, how are you? When I left, she was upset and she said, well, I thought you'd bought all this stuff for us. Now, when I left, she moved her boyfriend in. So I was like, if you're gonna move in, I bought this for us. We're two females, older women. I thought we were gonna prepare together. We didn't prepare together. And you got a boyfriend, so he should be your covering. He should be your protection. He should provide for you. And she was really upset. Like I had everything. I had the grill, I had pellets, I had charcoal, and she was just relying on me to take care of her. And then she had drug another stray cat in, and like I'm supposed to take care of him. Well, I don't have a husband. My covering are my sons. I have a son in Charlotte. I have a son here in South Carolina. And so me and my son, we prepare together. And so that's my covering. That's who I'm responsible for. I'm responsible for him. I'm responsible for my grandchildren. So I make sure we had enough for us. And I was going to help my best friend. But after she showed me, who she was, I was like, this is not a person that I need to be around. And the Most High had told me earlier this year, you need to start separating yourself from certain people. And, I just started watching people. And he was right. There were some things that I was missing. I'm a generous person, helpful, um, spirit led, honest, truthful, and that's not for everybody. So when things happen and people don't listen to you, they expect you to just forget all of the stuff, that they said to you, and they forget that you warned them and literally begged them for help to help you. So she was upset with me that I didn't want to leave my stuff with her to help her. And she was like, well, you said you bought this stuff for us. I did while it was just us, but you got a them with you now, a them they. That's not mine's. So I'm taking care of mine's, them they over there, which is my blood, and you get your they them to help take care of you. Y'all go to the store and buy your preps and get your gas, get your charcoal, get ready, because it's gonna get bad. So, best friend of 30 years fell out with because they don't listen, and because this is a time to look at your circle and set yourself apart from people. And Mike, I'm like you. The party of one, that's I feel like that's me right now. Outside, like I said, outside of my son, but where I live in this place, in this county, because my son lives a county over, it's only like 20 minutes. But here, I'm holed up by myself. I'm prepared to take care of myself. I'm prepared to defend myself. I'm prepared to feed myself. Um, all this wood, it's free wood out here. I'm prepared to chop wood. It's deer back there in the back. They're not mine, but I see them regularly. I can eat something. I'm ready. But I want to encourage you all to look around and thin out your circles now. Look at the people who are not helping you now. They're not going to help you when something happens if you've prepared. Look at the people who have claimed that, they were down, they might be awakened or whatever. If you've been going through some stuff and they ain't been in anywhere around, they don't call on you, they don't check on you, they ain't going to check on you when something happens. They forget all about you. Um, I had a really good friend I had to rake out, for the same thing. Like, yo, you awakened. We're supposed to be on the same page. You didn't even call to check on me to see what happened. And he couldn't say anything. He didn't even respond to the message because it was like, chop the legs from under him. So I was like, when things really get bad, we're not gonna have the circle that we thought we were gonna have. We may have some unexpected new people who are prepared that we didn't know anything about. But one thing I learned um, over the last, say, 30 days is a lot of Black people are not prepared. Not anything that we didn't know, but a lot of Black people in the county over the hood, they didn't clean up. Be quiet, Crow. See how stuff do? You be out here trying to do the Lord's work, do the Most High's work, and the Crow out here acting crazy. Anyway, we're gonna ignore him. I apologize. But the hood is still tore up. Trees down. People who own the properties didn't cut down the trees. People can't live in their houses. People who were renting. Um, People didn't have food in the hood or electricity for like 13 days. They didn't have generators. They lost their food. Now people did get the power back and they did get some emergency food stamps, but y'all know the economy getting ready to collapse. So there are not going to be any emergency food stamps. So if you don't take that extra stuff that they give you and buy some groceries, you're going to be out of luck. It's going to happen again. They're taking money out of circulation. I've been seeing where they're talking about taking $50 bills and $100 bills out of circulation. So they're removing the money from the system. Uh, you know about the BRICS nations. The BRICS summit is happening now. They already have their currency. They're trading in their own currencies. It's just a matter of time before the economy collapses. We're dealing with inflation. It's not changing. Things are only going to get worse. The price of gold and silver, from 2, 3 years ago, gold is up $1,000. I think in 2020, 2021, it was $1,800 an ounce. Now it's $2,800 an ounce. When I looked yesterday, I don't know what it is today. But the point is, invest in other um, forms of currency. If you can't afford an ounce of gold, get some silver. Silver was like $33 this morning when I looked per ounce. Very reasonable. Yes, it was $34 yesterday. I looked this morning, it was 33, and it was like 10:30 this morning. And the prices are fluctuating. Don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's going on with Bitcoin. The person who allegedly created Bitcoin was outed by some HBO documentary, and the person has gone into hiding. Don't know if that's true or actual, but I think the whole thing about the blockchain and the Bitcoin is about to happen. Um, I still don't know what's going to come of it, but at the end of the day, we know who created it. We know what it's leading to. It's leading to the beast system, and the beast system is ready to go live. It's really already live. Um, the banks are closing branches. With the power outages that we had, you can only use cash. And our grocery store in our town was closed for like 10 days. So that's why it's really important for you to have food in your house. It's important for you to have water. It is important for you to have medication to heal yourself, and herbs and plants. You see what happened in Atlanta with the, I think it's the chlorine plant, and people are sick, throwing up blood. Like place is going to be desolate. They are doing it to us in every way they can. The adversary is they, adversary, whatever, whoever he's using. We are being attacked in every way possible, and spiritually the adversary is going to use people. Going to use people around you. Going to use your family. Going to use your friends. Going to use your boss. Going to use your job. So we have to believe and rely on the Most High that He's going to protect us. He's going to deliver us. He's going to send angels to look out for us wherever we are. We just got to keep, doing what we've been doing, praying, repenting, turning away from sin, doing his work and trying to come out of this system and live a set apart life. And it's really difficult. Everybody's struggling. I'm struggling. Everybody's struggling. Because some days I want to be black and get at folks, but I can't do that. So I've learned to master silence. And silence has been working for me. I like silence. Um, Being reserved and restraint, and demonstrating restraint and being quiet. You don't have sometimes you People don't deserve an answer. People don't deserve a response. Sometimes you just need to be quiet and walk away and let the Most High deal with them. And I'll just give you a perfect example. After I left my friend's house, like, the best way I can describe this without being too graphic and too detailed is she took stuff from me. I did not get to move all of my things that I wanted that I put into the house. She took things from me. But the Most High fixed it, that she's been having problems ever since. And she won't say, she'll never admit it, but she has issues that stem from how she treated me. So don't worry about, people mistreating you. Don't worry about, um, being ostracized for trying to live a set apart life. You let the Most High do His will, do His work, and you don't have to fight any battles. He will fight for you. Yes, right. She gonna continue to have problems because I've been nothing but good to everybody. I'm the type of person where I leave you better than I found you. And so my decision to leave had nothing to do with her. It had everything to do with me, because I have a calling on my life that is so different and so unique. I need to be set apart, and I can't be around anything. I can't be around anybody. I can't be around people who live any kind of way. I can't be around people who don't believe what I believe. And so he has kept me covered. He has kept me covered. He has protected me. He's made ways for me I can't even explain. But I'm so grateful, and that I know him and that I believe in him, because he's shown me so many times. I don't know how something's gonna get done. Boom, a door open. Boom, money in the bank account. Just all kinds of stuff. So it's been awesome. And even with family, I've been very disappointed in how family has come through or hasn't come through when my son and I were without. So even for family will know you struggling and they won't help you. They'll just Everybody's selfish now. It's gonna take the whole thing to collapse, before people actually figure out, hey, this is happening right now. Um, I think these are just dry runs. I'm grateful for the dry runs, but we don't have long. I just feel in my spirit that we don't have long, and we are all we're going to have. So I just wanted to come and talk to y'all because I don't know how long the internet is going to be up. I don't know how long we're going to be able to use this platform in order to chat and stay in touch. I know y'all are going through, especially with the loneliness, because I am. I just meet people and I'm like, I can't believe how lonely this walk is. Like, I can't even talk to my dad. Like, we just got into it. Um, Not got into it, but I'm just so disappointed at how ornery he has gotten as he's aged. But yet, and still, he'll talk about God and just talk about church in a very narcissistic way. Like, they just don't understand what's happening and the ties with Christianity and white supremacy, and how, staying in it is keeping you from actually seeing the truth. So I just have come, I've made peace with family ain't family, and your friends that were your friends probably not going to be your friends when everything hits the fan. And the Most High is going to send you some people at the most unexpected times, right before, the storm happens, or right before a war breaks out or unrest. Like, I can't explain it, but it happened to me, and I was quite surprised. How many dry runs do I expect? I expect not many more. Um, I saw a video yesterday, JWTV did, and he was talking about how um, they were doing a test, or some type of practice in DC, looking for some type of crash or something. So we don't know what they're going to do. We don't know which thing they're going to unleash on us. We know we got the alien invasion, which, oh, I will tell you, while the skies were clear after the storm, we could sit up at night and we could see stuff moving in the sky. I have no idea what it was. I didn't even bother about recording it because it was so high up in the sky. So I don't know what we're going to get hit with: alien invasion, bad storms, cold winter, because they can manipulate the weather, um, election stuff. They're already talking about the election may not, we may not get results for a week or so, so that could cause issues. Um, there's been a lot of talk about the illegal entrance and militias and all this stuff. So we don't know what thing is coming or how many things they're going to throw at us, but we got to be ready for everything, including to just pick up your go bag and leave everything behind. So I don't know. But I agree with you. Family has been a great disappointment. Yes. Yes. And yes. But the Bible told us, word word told us, these days, everybody's gonna be against everybody. Mother will be against, the family, the father gonna be against the family, everybody gonna be against everybody. So we should be expecting that. And I see it. So I'm not surprised. It's just another confirmation of prophecy. uh, McKinley said, I feel in my spirit people need to repent, pray, and pray always and constantly because Yah is coming. I believe that. Um, Too many things are happening and too much stuff is happening to Yah's chosen people. You look at the stuff that's happening with um, the Diddy thing. Look at how many black people, and the thing that is keeps sticking with me is black men. How many black men are being vilified, or made to look like sexual predators, or made to look weak like victims, or that type of thought process about us. So I just I'm looking at what's happening, and then you're looking at all these black politicians who are falling. Look at the mayor in New York, and then the commissioner, and all these different people. A lot of stuff is happening, and when you look at, like I told y'all, we're gonna be made to look like um, the face of the fall. We're gonna be made the face of the fall, and we're going to look like a low-lifed, no good, worthless people, so that when things hit the fan, it's easy to pick us off because we look like we are a problem. So we have to be very cognizant of what they're showing us on social media and on television, because it's not just these things are happening coincidentally. It is a message. They're telegraphing, we don't like black men. Black men are worthless. Black men are criminals. Black men are predators. Black men are sexual deviants. That's the message that they want. They want to put that out there for y'all, and they want to do that to harm us. So yes, delete it. You that part, that part. They want to get rid of you. They want to get rid of you. We have no covering. They want to get rid of you because you are our warriors. They want to get rid of you because if y'all wake up and the Most High starts putting downloads in y'all and y'all get y'all hands to warring, nobody's gonna stop y'all. So the goal is to get rid of our head so that there's like a break in communication. But of course, the Most High is not going to allow that to happen. But that's what they're doing. So you can kind of see how everything is playing out. Um, People have said, I'm glad that I bought several ounces of gold when it was 17, $1,800. Yes, I know. I was telling people about that and they thought I was crazy. And I was like, you could pay your mortgage with gold. You could pay bills with gold. They changed the law so that you could do that. And this is the reason why. So I was telling somebody, I was like, it's kind of late to buy gold, although I won't say it's never too late. I'll say it's never too late because in Venezuela, when their currency collapsed, you could use an ounce of gold and buy a house. So having another form of currency is going to be very important. And even if you don't have money to get, you know, gold, buy silver. It's like 30 some dollars an ounce. Cut off something and get you a couple of ounces of gold because in Venezuela, when their currency collapsed, a ounce of silver could buy food for 3 months for a family, for one family. So just imagine if you took $200 and bought you a couple of ounces of silver. So yeah, yes, yes. Thank you. I'm glad. The prepping is really important. And as you can see, like in North Carolina, and even here where I live, we didn't expect to get any storms. Nothing. Nobody said any. We got flash flood warning on Thursday. We just thought it was going to rain. We woke up Friday morning. We didn't have any power. We looked outside. Trees were all over the street. Power lines were down everywhere. It looked like we lived in Florida. We like in Podunk, South Carolina. And other counties were worse than where I live. But the small and the other thing is the hurricane hit Florida. So a lot of our people sent people to Florida. A lot of our counties sent people to Florida. So we did not even have people here to make repairs for us. So we really struggled. But those of us who prepared had a way to survive until, life got back to normal. And I'm thankful. I'm very grateful that the Most High, talked to me. And I'm thankful that I use my gift and my voice to talk to you all because like I've been telling you for the last couple of years, we don't know what thing is coming for us. I didn't expect for us to have to go through a hurricane. They didn't tell us that we didn't get any warnings. We didn't get any tornado warnings, nothing, just flash flood. I don't live near a creek, so I didn't care. I went to bed, woke up, didn't have power, hot. Woke up, looked outside. I was like, oh my God, all the trees down. So you have to be prepared for anything because the adversary is going to do all sorts of things to take us out. Um, McKinley says we have to light the Most High speaks about in Isaiah 61-3 because they are going to recognize who we are. Yes, we are, and they are recognizing that now, but they still are repentant. They are recognizing it, but they still have that hatred in their heart. They recognize it, but they don't want to do recompense. They're recognizing it, but they still want to replace us or not even cleave to us, like act like they're equals. And that's not what the word says. So this is how you know judgment is coming. 2025 US map of flood zones is crazy to look at. I know. I'm like, oh my God, Jaja. Um, it is wild, and I don't know if y'all have been feeling this. I don't know if it's me. I don't think I'm crazy, but I've been feeling the ground rumbling. I don't know if anything's getting ready to come up out of the ground, but we should be looking for anything and everything, not just what the adversary is doing, but the fact that they've opened up all these portals, the fact that the poles are shifting in the earth. I'm sure y'all been hearing about the two moons. I've been trying to look at the moon for Sabbath purposes. I don't even know what's going on with that moon. I don't even think that moon is real. I really don't. It's sometimes it's full, sometimes it's like um what they call it the other day was a waxing moon. Then it's like the moon just went back and instead of being full, it did something else. So we can't even use the moon to look at and determine when Sabbath is anymore. Excuse me, something flew in my hair. So it is just these are wild times and I'm just looking like y'all let your will be done, but y'all hurry up and come because I don't know how much longer we're gonna be able to take this. I'm not saying it in a like I'm afraid, but I'm just so tired, and I know y'all are tired too. It's a lonely walk. We don't have support. We do have support in the Most High, but like earthly support, the family that we should have, we don't have, and we are all scattered everywhere. So it's very disconcerting, but I'm I'm good because I'm alone. I felt uneasy and not well because I'm with other people, or I was with other people who were not awakened, and it's like being around toxic poison people and just trying to observe the feast days and those types of things is very difficult. Just it was difficult. So I'm glad to be alone. I'm glad to be alone. It's lonely, but I would rather be alone than be around people that I have to be quiet around. I don't have to worry about being silent because people don't want to hear what you got to say, or people are always, oh, you're always doom and gloom. I'm always doom and gloom until something happens. And then when something happens, it's, oh, well, where your stuff at? Mm-mm. Those days are over. I'm done with assisting folks. If the Most High didn't tell me to help them, I'm not helping. Kinley says you can use that water for washing up. Yes, I was storing water. Anytime I had detergent bottles. I took that water and I put it in the garage so that if you need to flush the toilet, you can flush the toilet. If it's just residue from the detergent bottles, you can use those to wash clothes because it still has soap in them. You can use it to wash your dishes. If you need to keep your house clean, you can use it to boil water outside on the propane tank or on the grill. So there are just a lot of things that I learned. Like you need to have a big pot. I need to go to the Latin grocery store or some of those have those big steel pots. You need to get some of those because you need to boil water. Um, Hot water kills a whole lot of stuff. You can use it to wash dishes. You can use it to put in the bathtub. You can use it to distill, sanitize water. So uh, that was something that I did not have that I found that I needed. Um, so like I have some quart and gallon glass jars that I have been saving. I'm going to distill some water for them. Oh yeah. P Wells. I have some too, and I didn't think about that. I did not think about that, but that's a good idea. I didn't think about that. So I'm gonna do that. I have a bunch of glass jars because I had my gardening sucks. Just gonna tell you, it hadn't been doing good. So I'm gonna try to do a winter garden, just some green stuff, greens, cabbage. Those not a whole lot, but just something. So just in case, and cover it up so the deer won't eat it. But we definitely need to continue to prepare. Groceries are going up. I don't know if y'all paying attention to all the food recalls. Notice eggs are extremely expensive, but I think that's because they destroyed a lot of chickens earlier this year. And I think they want to have an egg shortage because the protein in the eggs are good for the cootie bugs that they put out. And so the protein in that is good to fight that. So if you are afraid or don't want to pay for the eggs, or if there are fewer eggs, then more people can be ill and possibly deleted. So get your eggs, even if you have to get them from local people who sell free range eggs. Keep eggs in your system. Make sure you all are getting your medicines because medicines are going to be hard to come by uh, if they close these ports. If these wars are getting ready to start, like I believe they are, going to have a hard time getting medication. If we sick, we don't have our natural herbs, our teas, our other things, it's going to be a problem. Um, use Etsy to get your herbs and things, your natural things for, the, yes. People also buy some 5-gallon jugs of water at Walmart and they are refillable. Yes, that is a good idea. What I did was I bought some of the really big, I don't know what they call those things, the big old bottles of water. I don't have nothing to put them in. I just got them and I just put them in a spare bedroom so I'll have water if I need them. Um, yes, and you can use those jars for preserving meat. I purchased my jars to preserve stuff, but I never could get a yield because it was just so hot and dry here. I could not get enough of anything to preserve, and you have to have a whole lot of stuff. So I just didn't have it. And again, I didn't have the support because I have to work. So I didn't have the community support to help me with all the work entailed of having a garden. But most people around here didn't get a whole lot either. Everybody has been complaining about either the weather or the animals eating the stuff. So it's been really tough. So I don't know what we're gonna be able to do about that. But we gotta learn how to grow something because we're not gonna be able to rely on the grocery stores. And what happened with us not having a grocery store for 10 days was a perfect example. Let's see, people said need to learn how to preserve meat. Me too. But I have books. One thing you can do is buy books. Buy books. Get some hard copy books. I have books that teach you how to make bread from scratch, preserve meats, Chinese healing, all kind of stuff. How to make medicines and tinctures out of herbs, uh, all kinds of stuff. Oh, let me tell you, my neighbors outside talking about this FEMA money that they were supposed to be getting. If people tell you to go and sign up for some money from them folk, don't y'all do it. That $750 that they giving people is not a grant, it's a loan. And I personally pulled up the handbook. It's like 200 something pages, but I read where anything over $200 is not a grant, it's a loan. So a lot of people are going to be disappointed when they have to pay that money back. So again, if they are trying to give you something, don't take it. Don't take it. Um, yes, the bakeries, any bakery. I go to the grocery store bakery here in town, and I got plenty of 5-gallon buckets. I fill them up with rice. I took my Mylar bags, filled them up with flour and grains or whatever. I put them in the freezer first, filled them up in Mylar bags, put the oxygen absorbers in them, and I got those things for free. The stores will give them to you. Walmart bakery, Publix, Food Lion, I don't know, wherever you live, whatever grocery store that has a bakery, go daily. They have buckets they use for cake icing, um, just all sorts of stuff. Pickles. Go get them. It's free, and they're I don't know what they call them. Food grade. That's what it's called. Food grade. So you can use the food grade buckets to preserve food. So go to stores that sell food in bulk. You can buy, rice and grains from like any Indian market, Asian market, international grocers, Latin grocery stores, or you can go to Costco, Sam's, I think even Walmart. You can get the huge bags of rice, huge bags of flour. Although I won't trust them from Walmart. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't trust them. So get your stuff, put it away. And if you use the food grade bags, I'm sorry, not food grade, food grade buckets, and put your stuff in, just freeze it before you put it in there so you can kill any bugs like mites or whatever that might be living in it. And then if not, use the oxygen absorbers. I still recommend freezing your stuff for a couple days to make sure you kill whatever. Then put it in mylar bags. Use the oxygen absorbers. Seal it up with a flat iron or iron, and then put it in those food grade buckets. U.S. Chef Store. Yes, the 25 pound bags of rice and beans and put them in the 5 gallon buckets, rewash the buckets. Yes, it's a good idea. I have done that myself. So thank you for bringing that up. Also, I'm making a 3 bucket water filter system. Oh, do tell. Tell us about this bucket system. Leave that in the comments. I need to know about that. The filter system. I need to buy a distiller, a little small one that you can put on the fire, a little copper one. But I think it was like 100 and either 99, or at the time I looked at it was like $120. But it's a good investment because no matter what, you can always purify. You needed some wood or heat. Um, says a number of people are down to 1 meal a day. We don't have to eat much, consume. Right, that's what I do. I eat 1 meal per day. Um, I don't hardly buy snacks. I have snacks here because the grandkids come, but I don't hardly eat that much. Um, and I made that a practice just because I've been doing that for a couple of years. And most people just are like, how can you eat one time a day? And a lot of times I just eat soup. I'm good. I've trained my body to eat one time per day. I don't get sick. I don't have headaches. That's the other thing about separating yourself from people, because people who have not been preparing, they want to come and eat up all your preps. Think they're supposed to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner like they at the hotel. No, this is why you need to be set apart with set apart people, because other people are not going to do right. They're going to make you mad. You're going to fall out with them. There's a number of people. Oh, so I already read that one. Costco's or Sam's Clubs are both good places to shop for prepping. I agree, P. Wells. I did a lot in the beginning when I was like putting my stuff in the 5 gallon buckets and doing the Mylar bags. I did a lot of that. I have so much stuff. But I bought a pizza oven so I could cook bread outside on the fire if I needed to. I like was thinking, what I was telling y'all I was doing, I was actually doing. So I haven't had to use any of those preps yet, but I do have them, and those things can last up to 10 years if you put it in a Mylar bag. I'm not sure how long things last in the 5 gallon buckets, but again, if you freeze the products before you put them away, they should not have any bugs in them. They should last a long time if you keep them in a cool, dry place. Bay leaves, yes. Make sure you put bay leaves in your rice and your beans and anything that you put in the 5 gallon buckets if you're not using oxygen absorbers. McKinley says, I am fasting and doing 1 meal a day. I think I'm on my 21st week. Oh, congratulations. That's good. Yeah, I've been doing this for a long time. I want to say maybe like 3 years, and it's worked. Just the 1 meal per day. I'm good. Every now and then I feel like I want some breakfast and I might eat something, but most times I eat fruit. Hey, brother Yuda, how you doing? Uh, I miss you. I have not seen you in a while. YouTube has been hiding your channel from me. I see your channel is growing, but a lot of people that I used to follow, I don't get any notifications from them anymore. Not Canadian Prepper, Marfugal News, even Redacted. Like I don't get anybody, so I like have to hunt. Sometimes, you forget because you start looking at other stuff. But I've been looking at a lot of inspirational videos, especially since I've been alone and I've had to deal with betrayal and I hate to say abandonment, but that's what it feels like. It feels like with family, it's abandonment. Um, so it's been a challenge. Extra gas cans and stock up on gas. Yes, gas was really a hot commodity during this time when we were out of power. People needed gas for chainsaws. People needed gas to get to work. People just needed gas to go hunt for food and ice. We didn't have ice. We didn't have groceries, and the nearest town was like 20 minutes away. And the storm happened on a Thursday. Most people get paid Thursday or Friday, so people might have had money. They didn't even they weren't even they couldn't get gas, so they couldn't go anyplace. And I know people who couldn't go to work for days because they didn't even have a gas can or not them generators and buying hundreds and thousands of dollars worth of gas. They would come to the gas station and buying $2,000 worth of gas and putting it in gas tanks. Like we can't do that. So, those people are going to be preparing to protect what they have, and our people are going to be preparing to prey on other folks. It's going to be ugly out here. So you have to really be thinking. One, you don't want to be in the midst of any of that, but two, you got to be prepared to protect yourself. Even if you are set apart as one, you set apart as one, you got to be ready. Um, Fasting and eating less is very important. I agree. It's good for our health. It's good for our weight. It reduces our health issues, especially if we're older. I'm over 50, so yes, I need to lose weight. I'm not too big, but I can still lose weight. I need to work. I haven't had any issues with my blood pressure, um, but we definitely need to work on our health. And this is a good time to do it because when everything hits the fan, you may not be able to even eat one meal a day, depending on how much preps you put back and how many people you have in your family that you have to feed. P. Well says, I also have problems with deer eating up in my garden. Research deer gardens. Oh, gosh. Well, I have netting and things to keep the deer off of my stuff. I have plastic. So I have stuff. I just been lazy and not really doing it. But now I have to like be serious about it. You talking about it last year and the year before last. It's like, I still got time. We don't have time no more. So I have some PVC pipe and some metal stakes and plastic that I can put over the garden to keep whatever they're sprinkling on us off of it and to keep the deer out. I just have to get out and do it. And that's the challenge because my son works, so I don't really have any help. And I don't have a significant other or a husband, so all the labor is on me, and I just don't have the energy. But I do have seeds. Oh, that's one thing too. Make sure y'all have plenty of seeds. Seeds have really been hard to come by. So if you can like get some victory garden seeds, emergency seeds from the organic providers like True Leaf. I don't know if it's Urban Farmers, wherever you can find online, the seed catalog. Um, and the big box stores have them, but they don't always have everything that you may want. So you may want to try independent